Hey, it's your book hound here, coming at you with great book reviews. Today we're going to talk about First Cut by T.J. Mitchell and Judy Melinek, a husband and wife writing team. But first, if you like what you see here, I hope you'll subscribe. We got lots of great book reviews coming at you every week with special offers and all kinds of fun stuff. So First Cut is the first in a series of mysteries featuring Dr. Jessie Teska. And Dr. Jessie Teska is a forensic pathologist, and so is Judy Melinek. So it's maybe based on some of her own real life experiences. And T.J. Mitchell is her husband, and he's a writer. So together they've worked up this character in this series. And First Cut is the first in this series. So when we start this book, it's kind of introducing the character. So Dr. Jessie Teska, whose real name I'm not going to try and pronounce this. It's a Polish first name. She comes from a Polish-American family. Her real name is something like Czeslawa or something. And she's recently arrived in San Francisco, starting a new job at the medical examiner's office in the Hall of Justice, which is like the big police station in downtown San Francisco. And you get a feeling right away, and you learn more about this as the book goes on. She's kind of run away to San Francisco after a traumatic experience in Los Angeles where she was working in the medical examiner's office. So it's kind of like she's a single woman starting over again. She's got her dog and her car, which she likes, and she's got this like quirky place to live. And it's like, is there any other kind of place to live in a book about San Francisco except some quirky little house? And she's just settling into a new job and meeting everybody. And she meets her new boss, who's Dr. Stone, who's the head of the department, and he's sort of like really great, but there's something really wrong with him. It's very clear. There's something weird going on with him, and Jessie gets invited to a party at his house, and he seems to be kind of like living beyond his means, which is weird. And at the party, Jessie meets Arnie, who's this very like interesting entrepreneur, and sparks fly, and you think, oh, maybe romance is in the air. But very quickly, there's a highly suspicious death of Dr. Stone's former nanny, who appears to have died from a heroin overdose. And it doesn't make any sense. It's totally out of character for this woman. And this leads Dr. Jessie into a kind of labyrinth of mystery with murders and all kinds of plot twists and intrigue and suspicion of her co-workers and the police and everything. So it's the authors draw you into an engaging mystery, and you also have a pretty healthy dose of what I would call kind of like chick lit sort of attributes, and which no offense, but it's sort of like this book I think is sort of written for a woman. And it's like the antiperspirant, strong enough for a man but made for a woman, where there's like talking about people's hairstyles and clothing and this and that, which is fun, but not really for me. But it's a good read. I have a couple of comments, which is one is that to build the character and make her kind of quirky and interesting, the authors, there's a lot of like Polish phrases and slang and stuff, which is fun, but it's a little much because I don't speak Polish, and like after a while you're like, wait a minute, what is she talking about? There's a little bit of that, and some of the plot seems a little bit telegraphed, at least to me. But anyway, it's a fun read, and I think it's a great start to what I think is going to be a cool series of mysteries.